Our VW T4 came with some really nice velour-covered captain seats. However, they were starting to look a little bit dated, so we fancied a bit of an upgrade. After covering the cab floor with sound deadening and 10mm thick foil-faced insulation, I really didn't feel like refitting the old captain's chairs nor the original seat bases. So before you know it, I had 2 boxes arrive from CMC containing their swivel seat bases. I promptly test fitted those in the cab, just to make sure that they fitted and they looked fabulous. I then pulled a pair of leather and alcantara seats out from storage, left over from another project, which are powered and heated, which of course meant that I had to figure out how to do the wiring, which I ran underneath the rubber floor mat below each of the seat bases for passenger and driver. I then pulled the wiring through to the fuse box and figured out how to use a relay powered by the fuse box to make sure that each of the seats were powered and heated. Then it was time for a cup of tea before I began fabricating the adapters to fit the new seats to the new seat bases. The new seats are narrower than the factory seats for which the seat bases are made, so I used 2 strips of metal flat bar below each seat, measured off the correct width and drilled the holes into the seat bases. I then cleaned it all up. I also needed to modify some of the mounting bolts. I then reinstalled the seat bases in the van and pulled through the wiring. I bolted them down and secured them to the floor. With the help of my eldest son, we dropped the new driver's seat in place, lined up the adapters and the bolts, and then of course had to make some more modifications for the bolts to fit. But in place, the new seats look fantastic. I then just had to bolt the seat down and stand back and admire my work. I was pretty happy with the progress so far, and of course I had to give the swivel seat a test, just to make sure that it worked. Then it was on to the passenger side. Pulled through the wiring, bolted the seat base down in place, had another cup of tea, and then dropped the passenger seat in, lined up the holes with the new adapters, and then just fastened it all down. Pretty stoked with the way things were going. So I refitted the gear lever gaiter and handbrake trim, and this is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. What an upgrade. Those leather and alcantara seats just look absolutely amazing. And with the swivel seat bases, we now have a very comfortable 5-seat dining area. Even the rock and roll bed fits perfectly in place. And now, family of 5 can sit quite comfortably, have our dinner, have a drink. Happy days.